In those early years, we thought 2 cc's of testosterone was a lot of, of testosterone, 500 milligrams a week. And then if you added like 20 milligrams of Dbol on top of that, that was, you were killing it.
Mm-hmm.
I got up to almost 300 pounds over that by 1994 on that protocol, never going over 2 cc's a test a week. One, availability, two, cost for a college student, et cetera. And got really strong. I pulled 782 in competition with no belt back in 1994, I believe, on 2 cc's of sustanon and 20 milligrams of Dbol. And the only reason I mention that is because obviously in later years, 2009 through 14, I used considerably more to reach, to set those world records. But in looking back, in reflecting back, because a lot of OGs at the time that I knew were like, oh, if you're not going to grow on test, I would ask about growth hormone, insulin. I wanted to know about all that back in the early 90s. And most of the old Gs that I talked to back then that were huge guys were like, if you're not going to grow on test and T-ball, you're not going to grow.
Yeah.
And somehow I managed to forget that when I got to later on in years and world records were on the line. And so things changed for me then. But I always talk about that. Sometimes people confuse side effects with effects.
Oh, for sure, with Dbol especially.
Yeah. But I never had an experience where I gained like 30 pounds in a month. I was always a slow gainer, even when I got on testosterone. It took me, many years, but it was very consistent. That's all. I would eat, sleep, and train over and over and over again. But with that protocol, I was able to achieve, a significant amount of weight and strength and size